So here I am. It's been a while since I've made a video of my cooking. I wouldn't say adventures because I've been doing this for a while, but so what are we gonna do today? I guess you'll have to figure it out sooner or later. I've been calling this, or this is what I've been shown. This is pescado empapelado. So here you have a choice of being healthy and using avocado oil, because you can be fancy like that, or you can just make it to taste good and to enjoy it. And you can make it, I have found that if I make salmon with butter, it's just really yummy and no regrets. Again, I'm just trying to use it all throughout, give it a good coating so that it spreads all over. So once I have my covering, let's see, I don't really need to use the rest. I mean, I think I've covered it pretty well. You don't need a brush, just whatever helps you to use it all throughout. I think that's pretty awesome. So once you figured, and just make sure that the aluminum foil that you're using, backwards, make sure that it's, just at a decent size, so that everything can fit. And of course, it depends on the size of the salmon that you're making. I don't think mine is that big. I'm just making two small pieces, so that should be fine. So now that I have my surface that I'm working with, I personally like to use this 21 medley because it's, again, delicious with anything, whether it's fish, whether it's chicken, beef, even eggs. It's just delicious. And it's not really a requirement, but maybe a little tiny. See, I barely sprayed any. Now, woo, I'm gonna use my base. And before I put the fish, I start setting up where the potatoes are gonna be. And this is what I'm doing. I set the segments this way, and there's gonna be stuff in between, as you can see here. Okay, fine, right there. Okay, then use some of the vegetables I already cut and put them in between. Now, it doesn't have to be any certain way. You can really use whatever vegetables you like. That's fine. As long as your wrapping is wide enough to cover the space in the area you're working with, that's fine too. The celery that I use, it's mainly for flavor. It's really not for anything else. Also the onion, just a little bit, not too much. Again, it's only for flavor. Unless you like it steamed and you find, oh yeah, it's delicious, I want more, then by all means. And this is, of course, serranos. You don't have to use them if you don't want to, but if you're brave and don't live for tomorrow, do as you wish. Then, welcome to Long Beach, everyone. Let's see. If it looks a little too big, or once you put your fish on top, if you want to break these down, that's fine. The more you make these dishes, the more you realize what works for you. So if you want to, like, even if you want to cut a little bit of the stem, that's fine too. It's no problem. You can do as you wish. Again, whatever works for you in the long run. And yes, I haven't forgotten about the carrots. So you can use anything. I've used Brussels sprouts, I've used tomatoes, I've used just about anything you can think of. I'm telling you, my favorites are using the potatoes and the carrots. I love the way the carrots cook in this meal. Now, you could do half of this, then put your fish, and then put this stuff on the top, and then you flip it and close it, which may be easier for some, especially if this is the first time you're making this. So if you want to try your math skills, you can do that. And if you are building upon your math skills, and I believe in you, and I know you can do it, you can, again, make sure your foil is big enough to do this. And then eventually you can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. You don't have to use a certain amount. Honestly, you can use whatever you want. I believe that's okay. And this is going to be more than enough. Now, I like to buy the salmon with the skin because it's just amazing. It's delicious. So I'm thinking I'm gonna do it like this. Yes. And then again, you know what, I'm even gonna show you so that I don't spill it all over. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm just gonna go ahead and put the potatoes. Maybe I'm doubting my skills, maybe not. You'll just never know. We're just gonna do this just to show, like, okay, what do you mean? Like, this can be done. See? And it doesn't have to be in any particular order. You can just put the stuff on top, just all over. There's the celery again, just for flavor, not really for anything else. Those small sweet peppers, wow, give it an incredible flavor. They really do. And since I found them, I've been using them, and they're awesome. So again, we just want to make sure everything stays here. And again, making sure that everything cooks. It'll cook evenly because you're going to flip it back and forth. So it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Just fine. You'll see. Okay. It looks pretty even. Don't worry. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be in. There's the onion. There's the peppers. Want to put a little onion? Fine. Put a little onion. Whatever works. Now that it's all into, see how it's all nicely even and evenly? Now we can wrap it up and use this as if it was an envelope. All you got to do, there you go. Start with the edges because you don't want it to leak on you. So see, just slight squeezing will work. There you go. And then let's work on this end. See, start with this corner first so that it doesn't squeeze. And then you wrap this corner, and don't hold too tightly. Don't pull too much. See how everything kind of works pretty well? Because you're gonna flip this up and down. You want to make sure that it's snug, not too tight. See? It's totally not too tight. So if you feel like you need a little more foil, by all means, do whatever you got to do. See? It's fine. So now, before I burn this up, let me move the butter out of the way. And then, yeah, oh, no, wrong one. Before it causes fire. Oh, wrong one again. Wrong again. There we go. Now I do this like halfway, 3.5. You know, just cook halfway, not a high flame, and then go ahead and just put it on the stove. There we go. You're going to do 10 minutes this way. Then you'll flip it another 10 minutes. Then you'll flip it a third time, 5 minutes. And then you flip it again another 5 minutes. That should work. And the end result is amazing. Again, the flame should be about 3.5, 4. It's mid flame. It's not too much. That should be good enough. And there you have it.